Let's get the YouTube running too. And there is the chat. Got it. Good. And here we are. That is all good to go. Let's see. Very live, very live, very live. We are live. Okay, let's turn on our stuff. Want that, want that, and we want that. So what we are doing is we have to. This is already happened. So we need the next 9:30 session, which is Monday right here. Why won't it let me go? Damn it now, son. All right, so we gotta fast forward to Mondays, 9:30. So basically what we're going to do is there are some rules that need to be set. We're going to be trading the range break. So we can't take a position until after 9:45 a.m. because the range it's a 15-minute range. Oh, don't. There we go. 9:44, 9:45. There we go. So a new range will hear that's Friday. This should have started creating a new range, and it did not. What the fudge? Oh, that's Sunday. Duh. All right, so Sunday, we need Monday morning, 9:30. In order to take a position, we have to have the 9:30 range, which is 9:30 to 9:45 candle, which is this line and this line here. It's going to do that for us automatically. And then we are going to need a break of the range. To sell, the background has to be red. To buy, it has to be green. To buy, we have to be above this zone or below to sell. Candles must match. Everything must match, basically. So that's 315. And then we have our green dots over here. All of those will be green for buys and all of them will be red for sales. So let's get to the 9:30. Yes, yes, yes. Jesus. This is just change it to a higher time frame to just move it along. Let's get there. Almost there. 8:40. We're almost at 9. 9. Okay, here we go. We're getting close. We don't want to screw this up. Okay, so the new 9:30 zone has formed right here. Boom, that's what this is doing. So this is the beginning of a session, and it's starting to get data and creating the profile. We want our sessions indicator from LuxAlgo to actually print, please. It's not, so we'll have to manually draw it. Stupid. So we will draw from 9:30 high to 9:45. Right there. So where's our 9:30? So our high is right here. So we have to break this range, and we have to have a sell after the range or right before the range break. It looks like it's happening right now. And background in order to sell has to be green, or I'm sorry, red. Green to buy. We need a signal. The candles have to match colors. This has to match colors. It's literally trade by paint by colors. And this is actually printing the sell right at the break. So I don't know. Let's see another candle. Okay, that would be a trigger right there. So we will put stop loss here and then take profits. Did this just do 15? Okay, let's flatten that and be realistic about this, okay? Let's just go to 2. That would be good. And we're looking for targets down in here somewhere. Typically, we just go 40 ticks. So I guess we should just do that. So we'll sell. And 40 ticks with 2 contracts is, what was that, 400? Or one contract would be 200, so 400 bucks. All right, so we're looking for 400 bucks. Here we go. Let's see. Boom, there it goes. TP smashed. And you are $400 richer, and you can go about your day because we do one and dones. there's that one. So let's go to the next day. So we remove our drawings. And I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to a higher time frame so that we can get to the next day a lot faster. So there we go. 9 p.m. We're about to hit 9 p.m. 3 a.m., 6 a.m. Okay, so we're getting close to 9 here. That's 8, 9, 30, 9:45 right there. So we're going to go to 1 minute now. Boom. Okay, and did it build our range for us? Monday. Oh, I see what's going on here. Let me change that time because it was for set for 10:30 for daylight savings. So there. And yay, now it's starting to build our range for us. See that? So again, we need, it looks like we're breaking the top side of the range, but we don't take it because we're red. So we want everything to line up, all right? So this is the bottom side and this is the top side. And that will keep us out of bad trades, and we just be patient and don't let FOMO kick in, and we will either to get our trade or won't. Okay, so let's see. All right, so now we're getting greens. I don't know about that. It's so far away from the zone, but let's just try it. Bucket. So we're gonna buy, and we're going to $400 to get our 40 ticks. Because that's what we trade is 40 ticks. But we do a 40-80. So we close half the position at 40 and then the other half at 80. But I can't do this on the back test. So we'll just, there we go. Take profit hit. So 2 days in a row, 100% win rate. You are now $800 richer for the week. Let's go to the next day, 15 minutes so that we can move faster. And we are at 100% win rate so far. Using the First Light Beacon with the signal by Breakout Hunter. All right, so what is this? Wednesday, 3:45. I don't want to pass up US session. So here we go, 9:15, 9:30. There it is. So let's go back to our 1 minute time frame. Again, same rules. We have to get the range break, and everything's got to align. The background, the colors, the candles, all the dots, all this. Well, you don't have to pay attention to the dots because the sell signal will not print until all dots are red. Okay, so like stop and go lights. So here is our range break at 9:44. So let's go to 9:45. We have broken the range, and we have a sell signal right before it. See, this is iffy. Do I take this, right? Or do I wait for another signal? That's a judgment call. You broke the range. You closed over the range. Let's just go ahead and take it. So we want $400 set, 40 ticks, right? In all reality, this would go to 400. It would close half our position, and then we would go to right here to get the other 40 ticks. That's how we do our morning trades. But we're just doing 40 ticks right here because the thing does not let me do partials for whatever reason. So let's see what happens. Oh, take profit, smash. That's 3 days in a row. You're $1,200 richer for that week. 100% win rate so far. Let's keep going to the next day. And this is minimal position size. Like the more you build your accounts, the more money you can put into the trade, and that can turn into $10,000 right there. But and we don't risk our own money. We use prop firms. We are funded traders over at Breakout Hunter. So what time is that? Okay, that's in the middle of the night. So let's keep going. 3 a.m. All right, 6 a.m. Okay, we're almost at 9. I don't want to pass it up. I want to cheat and see what it's doing first. 9:15. There is 9:30. The new zone is created. See how that flips like that? And 9:15. There's 9:45. Okay, so let's go back to our time frame. 1 minute to enter. Okay, so we have, now this one's going to be tricky. Look at this. We have broken out on the top side of the range, right? But our background's red. But all our dots are green. This is a blessing, or it's going to save your ass, right? So we're just going to follow the rules. We are mechanical traders. We do not deviate from the rule set. And that's what gives us our profit expectancy and our edge. And that's how you pay your bills. So follow the rules and you'll be fine. See, look at that. Look, see this cross is starting to bust through, but it didn't pass the midline right here, and it didn't close below the midline. It just wicked it. So that would give me some room for pause, but let's see. Let's see what it does. We have to be below. Okay, we're back to green background, or we're going to a green background now, as we're dropping down. So this is telling me that we're in consolidation. We don't want to be getting into this trade. Plus, we're inside of our range. Remember, right here, top side, low side of the range. You do not want to be entering trades inside of there if you're doing range break trades. That is where positions are being built by institutions, and that's where you're going to get effed if you try to play around in. Okay, boom, look at that. Everything lined up. We are buying this right here, and we are going to take profit at our $400 mark, right? That is 40 ticks. Let's see what happens. And it smashes TP. That is 100% win rate for the week. That's 4 days in a row. You are now up $1,600. Let's try the next day. And if you're passing a prop firm, if you're doing a 50K prop firm, that's half of it right there. 100% win rates. So it really works, and it is a very good system. Let's go to the next area here. Oh, on chat and YouTube. All right, so what time is this? 4 p.m. on the same day. We'll keep going. 1 a.m. This is, what am I doing this? This is in August. This is backtesting August. Okay, 7 a.m. There's 9, almost 9. Here it is, 9:45 right there. Got a buy signal on a 15-minute candle. Ooh. All right, so 1 minute. We are above the daily, or the opening range. We're above our beacon, or I'm sorry, first light, or the first light beacon zone. And then our beacon line is green. Everything is green except one little dot right here. So we need B-Rock. This is the first light beacon. It is software that we have spent a few years building, and it is turning. Well, right here, the zone right now is set to 9:30 New York, so you can set it to New York, London, Asia. So it's the open. So it's building a support and resistance zone based on the open. The major way that we use it is through, we turn candles. So this is these are 45-minute candles now that we turn into support and resistance zones so that you can trade off of. So here you go. Look, here's the beginning in New York. And then you get these crossovers. So the way that we typically trade these scalps when we're scalping is we wait for market structure to come down. A new zone forms. Here I'll put a label on so you can see it. Previous labels for backtesting. There we go. And then here you go. See, a new 45-minute zone is formed. You get your market structure, your cross under, candles turn green, beacon line is green. This is an entry right here. And you hold this until you start getting closes under the beacon line, or it flips under, right? And you can use any candle you want. It doesn't have to be the 45-minute candle. You can go 15-second all the way to daily, but they're all in minutes. So this is 2 hour, 1 hour, 4 hour. And then the signal is the other indicator that we built. That's actually coloring the background and giving you the buy and sell signals. That's what's powering that. And yeah, that's what it does. And then you also, if you're a swing trader, you can go into the weekly zone, and you'll see right here, watch, here's the weekly zone. So it's a whole week candle turned into support and resistance. And this is how I trade it when I'm doing my swing trades. I'll get my cross under, and when it comes back up through, right, like this, comes back up and bounces and retest, I buy every single time, and I hold it until the next weekly zone forms, or I hit my whatever I want my take profit to be, or whatever. So there you go. But yeah, that's how it works. And then we do this every day. We do live trading in our Discord. It's called the Hunters Club, and literally us sitting there with our screen showing and people going watching and like you are right now, and we do this live, and they can get into the trades with us if they want to. Kind of the point, but yeah. So right now we're at 100% win rate, $1,600 for the week of August the 30th. Yeah, if you want, you can go to this website here, and you can check things out. But let me see. Yeah, so what were we doing? Oh yeah, we got a new day. 10 a.m. We're waiting for a buy signal right here is basically what we're waiting on. So let's see. I think that's going to print it. That printed a buy signal. So we're going to go to our standard 40 ticks. There's $400. Let's see if he smashes it. It smashes it. That's $2,000 for that week. So that was the week of August 30th. That was a Friday. So yeah, so there you go. That was 100% win rate using this system for that week. Now we'll go to the next week. So we're going to go back to our 15 minutes so we can make this fast. And we are going to Monday now. So let's go. Monday. We need 9:30 US Open Monday. Still Friday. There you go. So that's the weekend. Okay, here's Monday, 1 a.m. 4:15. At 6 a.m. Coming up to 9 a.m. Here we go. So 9 a.m. 9:15. There's 9:30. We need one more. 9:45 because we're trading the range break, which is basically the 9:30 to 9:45. So the high and the low between those two periods. That's what it is. And okay, so look right here. We got our range, right? Lower, higher. Background's red. Everything's red. We're one dot away from a sell signal, and we're about to bust through the bottom. What do you think price is going to do, guys? All right, well, let's find out. So we need our signal. We need a signal. We don't just do anything. We're mechanical, patient, non-FOMO, no emotion traders. That's what we do. I don't have a signal yet. It does not like something. Something in the background it's not liking. See, look, now we got 3 red dots, right? It's not liking something. Or I'm sorry, green. But it sure keeps diving, doesn't it? Where's our signal? Give me my signal. Oh, I'd be pissed by this time. 10:20? No, not really. It's not that late. It's probably going to retest or something. Yeah, let's keep trying. Whoa. Yeah, look at that. So Monday is the day where they like to sweep the highs and lows. So the system knew something was going on and just did not want to risk it. Let's see if we can flip to green on the back and actually get a signal. Our back red. Okay. We're 1 dot away from a buy signal. There's a buy signal right there. And just so you know, this line right here, this is a trailing stop. So you can follow this and trail if you're actually trying to hold the trade. And it does work. If you go to our YouTube page, you'll see me live trading, go to our live trades or whatever, and you'll see me just following that trailing stop. All right, so let's go to buy, and but we have 2 trades that we do. We have our bread and butter trade, and basically that's your bill money trade. So we take our 40 to 80 ticks on the range break, and then we're done with the live session, right? And then I'm still watching, and I still have alerts. And then if I see a setup forming, I send out a little ping to everybody in the Discord. I'm like, hey, I see a setup coming, come back. And then that's when we start using like the trailing stop and all the other stuff. So we're gonna go to 4. So we're 100% win rate so far. We're going to $400. That is our 40 tick trade. August 30th, we were 100%, $2,000. So let's see what happens here. And this might be our first loss. Yep, that's our first loss. So we would have closed that. Well, I don't know. Maybe let's see. Then boom, it didn't. It actually took it. There we go. So if it would have dropped below this midline, that's what I was waiting on. If it dropped below this midline, I would close. I probably wouldn't have let it gone that far in a drawdown in all reality, right? Um, but that is, we could call it as a win because it did it winning and I can't delete it. So we're gonna go to the next day now, and which is gonna be a Tuesday, September the 3rd. Josh, what is this? This is a system that we built to trade. Right now we're looking at NASDAQ, but you can use it on anything, any cryptos or anything, forex, gold, whatever. So 9 p.m., 9:30. Okay, we're going to Monday, next Monday at 9:30. Let's go. Okay, the market opens at 9:30. That's what we use for doing it. Whoa, look at that shit. That's a huge market open. It's not even open yet. Oh yeah, it is 9:30. So 9:45. There we go. Go to the 1 minute and we look for our setup. Yeah, man. It's here. Breakouthunter.com is our website, and then you can on there you'll see like all our social media, YouTube, whatever, and you can go look at all of our YouTube videos. Or here, I'll link it for you. Let me find it, and you can watch like the live streams of us doing this live. And then if you wanted to join, you could. Here you go. Is that it? Did that link it? Yeah. And you could join if you wanted to. You could join. It's called the Hunters Club. Um, and trade live with us. We do it every day. That's what I do. That's what we do. And then we use Discord for everything. But okay, so let's see if we're gonna break this one here. So our background is green, so it's kind of conflicting what's going on. We're dropping, right? And we're dropping below the range. But again, we're being mechanical and we just do what we do and we don't take emotional trades or you lose your money. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Yeah, Ryan. I don't really. The only crypto I really trade is Bitcoin. I just did an analysis on Bitcoin, gold, and oil. Actually, I did a whole video. And I'm gonna look for it for you real quick. Yesterday on um how to even get into the cryptos and when you should buy them and stuff. Here it is, right here. Anchor's old, yeah. What is Anchor? Let me see. Let me look it up, man. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking. So it's looking like its cap is 400 mil. It's got some volume. So it just took Anchor it looks like it just took some liquidity from some highs at 0.03 cents, 0.393 right now actually. I would wait for a dip. Honestly, I think it'll dip one more time because usually typically when it takes a high like that, you're getting into a supply zone and you're gonna have a bunch of orders sitting there that are gonna get filled that are gonna shove it down. And then you'll start to see like buying volume pressure start coming in, and it'll start pushing up. Uh, I don't know if I can look at it on here. Anchor against USDT or perpetual. Which one is it? Or it doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter. So let's look real quick. Where are you? Where did it go? It like just what the fuck? Hold on. What was it? Yeah, ANK. It didn't add it. That's weird. All right, so let's look. Hold on. I'll do my little turn all this shit off. Let's see what's going on here. So you got an unmitigated end cap right here. It's been mitigated. Well, it's been tapped into once right there. Let's see here. We just bounced off of it again. And it just took liquidity out of this right here. These are daily zones right here. So these are extremely significant, right? So we're grabbing liquidity, right? It's grabbing it. But let's look at what's going on with the higher time frame. And let's set this to weekly here. Remove these drawings. Okay, let's see. I don't want this damn line on here. Okay. Let's find our support somewhere. Let's go back, go back, go back. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Yeah, you're wedging out. So let's turn the candles back on. See if we got any wicks into this. No, not yet. So how I would trade this, man, to be honest with you, is I would look for this to bust this trend here, right? And then when it does, I would take something like this, and when say that this actually broke above instead of us coming down, I would break, wait for the retest, buy this, and then my stop loss would go right here, and then I would hold it till the high. So it would look something like this. Let's see. Where's the high? That's really the man. I might actually look into getting into this right here. This is gonna be good. There you go. So that would end up being like an 18.59 risk to reward. Let's see if is that the all-time high there? No, there's some more highs. 11 cents. I trade NASDAQ typically. So this would actually, I would try to hold this out to 11. But here, so when you're getting into these swing trades, man, because what happens is a lot of people, they forget that price can come back down, right? When they get into these, get out of my way. So what I would do is whatever the trend line that busts up once you get into the position, right? If price dips below this, close, take your money. And then if it comes back up above, then just get back in again. But at least take your money. You know what I'm saying? But I actually might get into this once this happens. I'm actually gonna set an alert on this right now. I can't when I'm in replay mode. Let me put a note right here. Hold on a second. Yeah, so if that breaks that, I'll look at that. But wait, I'm about a dummy. This is on replay. Hold on. Hey, look, that just proves to you right there what I was telling you. Look at, see? There you go. But all right, let me reanalyze this shit. I was in replay mode. Oh, I just screwed over my whole live stream. Whatever, guys. The indicator had 100% fucking win rate for August and then going into September. Okay, so let's go. Let's look at this again. So we want to see. We got our break here, but we want another break. So we want. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Huh? And we got. We're getting. We found support right here on this weekly zone right here. Oh yeah, we sure did. It's gonna come back and touch this one more time, though. I promise you. Um, and we have major support right here. It could come. It could come grab liquidity inside of this zone right here. I would still risk it though. um, and then what's our trend? What's our trend for? See that right there? X marks the spot. I mean, doesn't you gotta the chart will tell you what to do. I promise you every single time. But these zones right here. So I can't really tell you what it is, but this has never existed before. We took a couple years to build this formula on what this thing does, right? And but this middle line, I'll tell you this much: it's the average of the price of that area. So when you're getting at, and then you can add in here. I'll show you. You can add in what the fuck? Oh, there it goes. You can add in another one, and you can actually go to the daily right here, right? And we'll turn off the fills. We'll put on the midline to another color so we can see it. And we'll turn off this beacon line and everything else. And when this white line crosses up through the weekly line, hey, guess what you should probably do? I don't know, buy, right? And when it crosses, when it comes out, see like this right here. So I'll show you in real time how this works. So here we go. Look. So we're building our zone. We're building our zone. There's a new zone formed right there. So this is a new week. See how it says Sunday at 6 p.m.? And then watch this white line. La, 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 la. What are you doing? Come on. Boom. Look at that. Here you go. Sell. Stop loss goes at the zone. See like that? And then we're going to take profit, I don't know, somewhere. Down here. I don't know. Right there sounds good to me. And then there you go. Why isn't it showing? Oh, it did. Oh, it just took profit. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, because this should probably be higher. I don't know what the fuck just happened. But see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know USDT, whatever this thing just did. But there you go. So when the lines split out, it's getting you into the trade. So you could have shorted this from right here to hell, all the way down to here somewhere, and there is a massive trade right there. Because this is weeks. These are week candles. Buyers not to buy. Well, XRP, I've been holding that for a long time. Um, XRP is going to be the replacement for the Swift transaction or the Swift system that does the international what the hell validates transactions. So I've been back testing NQ all morning. That's all I trade is NQ. That's all I spot trade. What just happened? Where did my dog? What the hell? My little side chart's gone. The fuck did it just do? Where's my price, man? Okay, here's NQ. We'll use this side instead. So what was I saying? Oh, XRP is going to replace the Swift system. That does the that's not the right version. So it's been updated. There we go. Is gonna do the international transactions. That's what it does. It settles the international transactions, but it's instantaneous and it's a lot cheaper. So the banks are like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Never heard of them before in my life. Heard of what? But yeah, XRP is gonna be the shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the shit. We want New York zones, and I like them to be red. And then the signal set on 15 minutes. Boom. There we go. Let me go to 1 minute. Damn, I gotta go all the way back. Shit. I was in September. Man. Damn it, why can't this just work over here? Like, what happened to my chart? The dollar amount's gone. Anybody know? I can't scroll to dollars or nothing. Oh, there it is. Hell yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right, so let me go back to 15 minutes and then go back to September. Where are you, September? Oh, that's February. There you go. This will work. We'll just go right here somewhere. And then we'll set this back to what we were doing. We're on to New York. We don't have the daily. Turn that back on. Turn that back on. There we go. All right. And then we're going to go back to, okay, we need to go to the next day. Turn the candles back on. And go back to Monday. I think we already did that day, but fuck, I'll do it again. Monday, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Zoom in here. 9:15, 9:45. There we go. Now go back to our entry time, 1 minute. Okay. 38 looks like we will jump right. User 73836. This is the First Light Beacon. It's an indicator we built. It's a formula that we created. It's never existed before. It turns candles into support and resistance zones. Or we can start it at the beginning of your session. So if you see here, this started at 9:30, right? And I'll go to a smaller time. I can't go to 15. You see how candles is bouncing off of it, right? It's showing this is average price throughout that period, and then these are the highs and lows of it, and you use it to trade off of. But the strategy is we're doing the range break. So the background color, which is the other indicator that we have, the signal by Breakout Hunter, which you can get out. Sam, yes, we have what is called the Hunters Club, and you can check it out on our website right here. And you can also view all of our live streams, our previous live streams on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is this link right here. And we call out our entries, our exits, and our closes live. You can actually watch it on our screens while we're doing it. There's a couple of us that what about days where price just ranges? Then we don't get into the trade. Unless it's if the range, if the ATR in the range is high enough, then we'll start scalping the bottoms and highs. But for the majority of the time, you can still get the range break. There's usually a little bit that happens, and we do two trades. We have what we call the bread and butter trade, which is 40 to 80 ticks, and that's what gets everybody passing their combines and payouts. And then we have our daily hold trades where later in the day we look for actual hold setups. We just do futures, and then we have one guy that likes options that calls out options trades. We can do stocks. We don't, because the majority of the traders are prop firm funded traders, and they don't want to deposit the amount of money it takes to trade stocks and to get margin accounts. So about 99% of us are prop firm funded traders. I personally use Replicano and Trade Copy across a lot of prop firms. Um, it's $199 a month to get all of the software that we have developed and to join the Hunters Club. But right now it's 50% off, I think. Let me check. I can't remember what it was. Let's see. Oh, I'm not logged in. That's great. And then you go to log in and it says use authentication code. Right? All right. So let's see here. Yeah, it's still active. It's 50 off 3. Yeah, you can use your own brokerage account. You can do whatever you want. That is the code for 50% off right there. And then yeah, you can use your own brokerage account. We just don't. I don't risk my own money when we're trading. Plus, I have so many fucking funded accounts. There's no point. Yeah. So let's look. Let's see if we're gonna get this buy signal or not here on the range break. There it is right there. So we buy, and we're going for our bread and butter 40 ticks, which would be $400 right here. Boom. And let's see if it hits it. Yep, it did not hit it. This one would have been a lost day. Happens. So we'll close that, and then we'll go to the next. That's the first one. We've done like 9 in a row, and we didn't get any loses. I use ES to look at liquidity grabs for NQ. I don't actually execute ES. So, because NQ sometimes will lag, or ES will grab a higher low that NQ will support, right? So it's kind of giving you a little bit of edge, saying that price is going this way, but ES is behind, or for some reason supporting. So I look at ES, I just trade NQ. Does that make sense? So we need the next day here. And then I watch QQQ as well. Oh shit, I went too far. Oh no, we're still good. It's just now breaking. Okay, so here we are. Let's see if this is going to give us, but our background is green, so we're probably not going to do anything. But if you look at this previous zone here, this is going to act as support or liquidity right here. So it's probably going to come down and tap it and turn around and go back up, unless they dump it. But it doesn't look like that's what's going on here, or it might be actually. Look at, we're hitting the previous range, almost in the mid 50% of it. Honestly, I would have probably taken this entry right here, because this would have been, well, this is 40, 80. This is over 100 ticks right here. I would have taken that myself. But we're ranging, so let's see. Break the range. There it is right there. Oh, nope. It's got to close. So it liked that one. I don't like that one, but we're just being mechanical about this. Let's try it. Yeah, see, I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. But yeah, that one, no good. What date? What is this? Tuesday the 10th? What does it even do? See what I'm saying? To watch this right here. It's gonna does it blow through it? Okay. Where does it find support? It found support. See that right there? I knew it. How many points? Yeah, Sam, we do. We use I use NinjaTrader to automate my stop loss and break evens. Um um and once so here maybe I can actually stream a trade. Hold on a second. Like a live trade. Let me try this real quick. I'll show you exactly what happens. One of these trades that we took. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, this YouTube short here shows you exactly what the heck's going on. So if you click on that, you'll see it, and you'll see that there's 10 micros on this one because the last month December was insanely retarded, so we decreased our risk, right? So we were trading 10 micros. We closed 5 at 40 ticks, and then we closed the other 5 at 80 ticks. Is basically our what we call the bread and butter trade. That's the trade that we take, switch accounts, then we look for a daily hold trade throughout the rest of the day. Whether it comes or not, we don't know, right? But for the range break trades, it's we get everybody to just do the 40-80. That's going to get them passing their combines, putting money in their pockets, and then switch accounts. Don't risk that account anymore, and go to another prop firm or another account to trade what we call like intraday swings, I guess you could say. We call them the daily holds, and we're looking for trades to hold. So something like basically you would trade this right here, get your 80, and then possibly I'd be like, okay, this is gonna might possibly turn around, right? And then I go, okay, it is turning around, and then we end up doing something like this and trading to the high. This would be called our daily hold right here. And um, this would be the trade that you would take, the not bread and butter trade. This is the bread and butter trade is to pay your bills trades, and this one right here is I want a yacht trade. That's what these are. That's the difference between the trades we take throughout the day. So we have two different strategies, and we utilize the first one at US Open. Sometimes I take the trade right at US Open, 9:30, right on the dot. If it comes out, I will show you that setup right now. Watch. So this is the trade I would take immediately at US Open right here. And I'll show you how I get into it real quick. So I add in this right here. So we would go scalping 5 minutes, right? And then I would actually have another one right here. So that white line is now the 5-minute average. And then I would go into scalping and I would add in a 15-second line. Let's change that color to something we can see, like blue. I would get rid of these fills, right? And then we don't want this beacon line on this one. And basically, when this white line broke down, so this is your that was your 5-minute. Yeah, okay, so there it is. And then I don't even use the candles. I turn the candles off. I'm looking at these averages. So when this blue line, this is the 15-second, leaves the 5-minute, which is still embedded inside of the daily open. This would be my entry right here. So this little dip right here, and then my stop loss would go right there. And then I would hold this until this blue line crossed back up over this white line right here. And that's where I would exit the trade, is when it crossed back up right there. And I have there's I'll take the boat. Yeah. This is NQ, trade NQ every day. And this would be the this would have, and this is 382 ticks. So how many points is that? I don't even know. Whatever. I just go by ticks. So 913, so almost 100 points. And if you look on our live on our YouTube live streams, you'll see these trades right here. You'll see me calling these trades out and taking these trades. This shit is real. We do it. And these lines right here, this is the midline of our US Open, right? This white one is our 5-minute candle, and this is our 15-second candle. And when they cross, it's almost like a moving average crossover, just extremely accurate. It really works. So another entry would be this retest right here, the average retest, the New York Open average here, right? And it busts down through this. So this 15-second, which is the blue, busts down through the 5-minute at the same time. This is 100% another entry right here. And then you hold it until it crosses back up. So this one right here, you would close right here because you see this little, where it like makes this little indentation. That's a close. That's a candle close. So that's where you would click the close button, because it closed up over there. And then you would get another 179 ticks. Yeah, Leslie. Yeah, we scalp this. We do have swing trades too, but we scalp NQ every day. But yeah, that's how I get into those US Open. Like, I mean, right on the dot. Sometimes it's like US Open 9:30, and we're in a trade at 9:30 in 15 seconds, right? So, and this is how I trade news as well. So when a news event's coming in, I wait for these crossovers to happen, and I get into the news trades. So, and then you know how those go. Those can be pretty big, real fast. But this took me about 2 years to develop the formula that creates these, and just trial and error back and forth. But and then we don't even use candles when we do that. Those trades right there. We just those line crosses. That's it. But yeah. So and then this is right here is your bounce off of this old support, and then gone. No, it's monthly. There's monthly, annually, and then lifetime. And you get there is a free trial. So just start the free trial on a Sunday or a trade day, right? So you're not wasting it on a Saturday. There's no way to change that. But yeah, that's just what we do. And if you look here, I'm just going to go through all the US session opens, just speed this up. So here is, I don't have the thing set to US Open anymore. What's it set on? Yeah, it is. All right. Oh, I just daylight savings on my range thing is kicking my butt. That's what it is. There we go. So this is US Open right here. So US Open opens, and the range is created at 9:45, right? Or 9:42, 9:44, 9:45. And you would just wait for price to break out of that range and get a signal. There it is right there. And then go down to 40 ticks. Guess you could go further if you really want to, but this is just what we do. We actually go 80, but we split it. So we close it half at 40 and then the other half at 80. And there's your win right there. No, it's 3 days. It's 3 days. You just when you go sign up, it automatically gives it to you. You don't have to do anything special. Just put in the 50 off 3 code. So if you do stay, you still get 50% off. What do I think about that D wave? I don't even know. What is that? Let me see. D wave. Is that D wave quantum? Is that this right here? QBTS? Options on Jasmine. Hold on a second. Oh, an indicator. I don't know. I just build my own because most of them are shit. So there's a D-Wave test from somebody that's locked. So basically, what I do is I find strategies that have a high profit expectancy, right? So if you talk to any trader that's profitable, you gotta understand that there's going to be losses. So you have to. It's just like a casino. How does a casino make money if everybody's winning or losing? But a lot of people win, and it's profit expectancy, right? So if you go like to a roulette table, or roulette, however you want to say it, and you have people winning constantly, landing on black, landing on red, this and that. Well, how does the casino make money if they're always having winners? Well, if you land on double zeros, if one person lands on double zeros, the whole table loses, right? So, um, everyone that one time that happens keeps them profitable on that table. So that's the profit expectancy. So you can take, so for example, say if you had a 90% win rate, right? But your profit expectancy is um -3, -30%. So you lose more than you win, but your win rate's 90%, right? But you lose more than you win. So your win rate is high, but when you lose a lot. So you're not profitable because you're losing more than you're winning. If you have a profit expectancy that's positive with, say, a 40% win rate, you're still profitable because you lose less than you win. Does that make sense? My win rate is about 78%. Fluctuates anywhere from like 65 to 80 typically. No, I go for on our bread and butter trades. They are 1 to 2s. Um, but on our daily hold trades, if we spot them, it doesn't happen every day. I'm not saying it's gonna happen every day, but I would say probably 2 or 3 times a week. We usually are getting anywhere from like a 5 to 10 risk to reward on those, and that's just because of the tools we use. So we're not special, but like if once you get used to using these tools, you're not gonna take this right here and do this and go right here and only get a 2.19. You're going to take this wick that just wicked off of this, or you're going to see this doji candle right here and price break above it, and you're going to buy this right here and you're going to go like this, and then you're going to go to that high right there, and now you're getting a 3.04, or you're going to hold it because we have tools to hold, right? So you have your trailing stop loss indicator right here. See this red line that's trailing up there? Watch that line. Let me get all this other stuff out of your way. See how that line's moving? That's your trailing stop loss. Still hasn't been hit. It's probably going to get hit right here, maybe. Nope, still hasn't been hit. Still hasn't been hit. Now we're getting into red backgrounds. I would probably close that trade just because of that. So if you were to take that trade and follow that trailing stop loss, your risk to reward, we'll just call this one right here. So we're using the doji, right? Is going to end up being, I would close when that turned red on that candle right there. So that's a 5.2, and all you did was just trail the stop loss using the line. So your risk to rewards can go through the roof, right? Um, and I don't use the fixed anything when we're doing this, because the market moves. It's dynamic. It's fluid. The market's not fixed. So my theory and belief is why would I be fixed into a fixed risk to reward or a fixed anything? Um, I don't view it that way, and because the market sure to hell doesn't. and it will wreck you if you think it's going to do the same thing all the time. But like, see these trades right here. Like here's a prime example. I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what we would do on this right here. This day right here. This is what we would do. We would buy, right? And I wouldn't have a take profit. My stop loss is this zone right here. That's my stop loss. My trailing stop loss is the zone when it breaks out like this. And just based on experience and using the tools for so long, when I see this happen, I know this is what's going to happen. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to call this out. I'm going to be like, hey guys, just use the zone as a stop loss today. Now, could we get smacked and lose out what got up here? Sure, you might. You could. It's possible. But this seems to be holding pretty well. And this is exactly how we swing trade too with our weekly zones. Okay, so now we got another green and then immediately red. At this point, I would be going right here like this on this trailing stop loss that just formed. Right? So now you've got 17,000 locked in. And that's just 2 contracts. So this is possible. This isn't insane to not be able to do this in one day. This is only a 2 contract trade, right? My main contracts are five when I'm doing my 40 tick scalps off of just another strategy. But I go 5 contracts for $1,000 40 ticks. But so this is a close. So we got onto all this stuff. So I would just manually close this trade, and there's an $18,000 day. Just using the zone to get into the trade, right? So the risk to reward it changes. It's fluid. We're trying to drag as much as we can out of the market. Here's another day it does the same thing. See how it dumps? So you could literally just get into the trade based on whatever method we're using for an entry. There's a order block being formed that fails. Okay, I'm gonna sell that, right? And I'm gonna just trail the zone. So I'm trailing the zone. I'm decreasing my risk, right? As I'm in the trade. Okay, the zone drops some more. Drop some more. So now we got 1,500 secured. Still dropping. Leslie, that's all I trade. I have a bunch of funded accounts that I trade copy using Replicanto. But we use futures funded accounts because, well, one, they're cheaper than Forex. Forex is extremely expensive for whatever. Like, for example, a 50K funded account from Top Step is $50. A 50K funded account from a Forex broker is what, $300-400? See what I'm saying? So we use Forex or futures broker or prop firms and trade copy all of them. So I obviously am using TradingView for my analysis. I can also log into my NinjaTrader accounts on TradingView, so that is possible. But I use NinjaTrader with Replicanto as the trade copying software, and trade copy all of my accounts, all the funded accounts. So I decreased my risk, and then I spread risk amongst a bunch of accounts, right? So if you got 30 accounts and you're trading one, or you're trading 5 micros, well, you're really trading 5 times 30. And if you make $300, well, you're really making 300 times 30, right? So that's why when I say our bread and butter trades, we're only going for 40 to 80 ticks. We're only going for $400 to $600 every day, because everybody's got a bunch of accounts. So there's no reason to try to nail like the entire damn out the park trade when you've got 20 funded accounts and you're making $300 every day on every funded account. So what is that? 300 times 20 is what, $6,000? Is that what it is? It's got to be 300 times 20, $6,000 amongst your funded accounts, and you just did a $300 trade and it literally took you 3 seconds, and then you just go about your day and do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what we're about. Um, we don't want to sit here all damn day long staring at a screen, right? So this is still going. So we're up 25,000, and we're just trailing the zone. Probably would have closed it because this is 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Like over here was 4 p.m. Most prop firms want you done by 4, so you would have closed right around here somewhere, right? So you'd have made about 20 grand that day. This is only 2 contracts. So why'd you take the trade, right? Well, you took the trade because it broke the range. Let me make this simpler to see here. So here is the range that was created during US session. Here's the bottom of it right here, right? It broke it, and then you just trailed this stupid zone that formed. Like it doesn't get any easier than that. Like, and this is just my strategies that I've turned into indicators. That's what I've done, and it works. And this is probably going to just do this. So guess what? That day it'd be like, oh, guess what? 27,000 close, right? It's not just one prop firm, Joey. We use how often do they pay out? All of them are different. Blue Sky does daily payouts. Top Step is every 2 weeks. Tradeify has a payout window twice a month. Same with Apex. Every prop firm has their own rule about when they do it. But Joe, it's not about what prop firm allows 20 accounts, which there are some that do. Apex allows 20 accounts. Blue Sky allows 2 funded accounts. Tradeify allows 5 sim funded accounts. Top Step only allows 1 account now. They just changed their rules. Earn to Trade allows, I think, 2 accounts, but they actually scale up. So I think it's every time you hit a profit goal, they double your account. What are they? So right there, that's for what I just mentioned is probably in a 30 or 40 accounts that you can have. And then you just use Replicano, and it's a trade copying software, and it just 50K accounts typically cost anywhere from 50 to $80. So you get a couple of them, pass them, and that's why we do our bread and butter trade, because we're trying to get our members passed and getting payouts. We're not, right? And so you get 1 or 2 of those 50K accounts. You get it passed, you get some payouts, you buy more, and then you just start trade copying, and then it just snowballs. Usually take, like, to be honest with you, it usually takes people 6 to 8 months to get to the 10 account mark. So, and that's with some of them failing, some of them, and this and that, doing this. Because, a lot of people, they're going to go, especially newer traders, they're going to just overtrade their asses off. They're going to keep trying to hit it out of the park every day and this and that. And it's like, bro, just take the one trade and be done, man. Just take your money and leave. Run away with it, right? Don't keep trading, because the number, it's not even execution or trades that fails new traders. It's FOMO, impatience, greed, and Oh, yeah, that's about it. That's why new traders usually don't get it right away, and it takes, if you don't have someone saying, hey, just stop doing what you're doing, just trust me and stop doing it, it takes you years to develop the psychology to even do this shit. What does liquidity mean? Okay, so here's liquidity right here. I'll show you what it means. And it's not going to be some bullshit ICT stuff, because ICT is a fraud, and it's all a fraud. And I'm gonna show you what the hell real liquidity means. What the hell is really going on? So this low right here, right? So actually, with our indicator, this is showing you the liquidity. By the way, that's what this end cap. This is the previous one, is showing you that there's orders sitting here, and that's proven by this immediate rejection based on this right here. See that? Look at what happens. Boom. So liquidity is orders sitting somewhere on the market. So here is price, right? Where is my button? There it is. So price is doing this, doing this, doing this, whatever. There is a pocket of orders sitting here. There is a pocket of orders sitting here. There's some here. There's some here. And there's some here, right? And then there's a bunch, like way down here, limit orders that are sitting, like a big pocket of them, like a big, huge amount, like institutions and people and just whatever, JP Morgan, whatever, right? And this is liquidity. 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 But there's two types of liquidity. There's passive liquidity, and then there's aggressive liquidity. So the passive liquidity is what you see in an order book, right? Like the DOM. Like if you ever look at this right here, this guy right here. So if you see how this has one and this has one, well, if you're looking at a DOM, you're going to have a bunch of contracts or orders sitting right here, and it's going to be showing you that they're there. That's passive liquidity, right? So for, say, a bank that has 10,000 contracts they want to put into the market, and they want to get filled, like they want to put their orders in, well, they can't just click buy like we can, right? So they can't just click buy and add 10,000 contracts in, because it would buy up all of the contracts and liquidity that's up here until it reaches 10,000 contracts have been filled, right? So what do? Well, they aggressively push price to where the majority of the orders are, right? So they're aggressively, so they're getting into the other side of liquidity, which is aggressive buyers. So remember, there's two types. There's passive, which is putting in limit orders and pending orders above and below, right? And then there's the aggressive, that's going to push price to the liquidity, right? And then what happens? Well, it's called an iceberg, all right? So you get, once this gets down here and all these orders are filled, well, if that bank still has 7,000 more contracts, this is where you get into your consolidation. That's why it's called consolidation. They buy, they put in another 500 and push price up, and then they stop, and then it drops. They put in another 500, push price up, and then it stops. It comes down here, they put in another 500 price push ups until they finally are done and there's no more orders to fill. Price finally breaks out. So that's what liquidity is. And you can, if you buy level 2 data from the exchange, which you can't get in Forex. That's why I stopped trading Forex. That's why I trade futures or any actually exchanged asset. Is if you buy level 2 data, you can actually see all the orders in here, and you can see it. And if you use like a heat map chart, you can actually get a visual representation of where all the orders are sitting. You'll see like this big red thing right here, like this. It'd be like, oh, all the orders are sitting down there, right? So you can use that and literally wait for price to get there, and then be like, okay, now I'm buying. Or it dumps, yeah. So, yeah, that's why. Well, yeah, or it dumps. Honestly, that's why we have risk management. But if I were to, so me right here, so this is my psychology, right? if I were to buy this right here, right, and it comes down and hits my stop loss, right, and does that, majority of traders, I'm not even going to just say new ones, a lot of them are going to get pissed and walk away from the screen. Not me. I'm going to do this. I'm getting back in, baby, and I'm riding this bitch all the way till it gets down to the bottom. Okay? Because when you get into a dump, it dumps. It's not a little thing. It's a big motherfucking thing. So that's what I'm gonna do right there. And yeah, that's what liquidity is. It's literally just passive and uh, passive. In my view is passive orders sitting in the market, and um and then you have your aggressive guys that get price to there in order to get that liquidity. So, and the best way to describe it is big banks, they have their orders are so much that they can't just push buy, so they have to generate it. Okay, so the rule, put your, well, see, with these zones, you're this is, I know it looks simple on the screen, but this is some really advanced math going on behind here that's building these things, right? So before, I used to, when I thought I should get into a trade, I would wait until okay, if I'm going to get into a trade here and I'm putting my stop loss here, right? I would say, nope, I'm going to enter where I would put my stop loss and then get in, right? And then I missed the trade, but I didn't used to. But when I built this thing and I had the zones, this is eliminating the need of all that. It's telling me right here, look at wick, 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 breakout, wick, 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 wick. Like this is a buy. This is a buy right here. And this is 100 to this high. That's 165 ticks, right? So how much money is that? Well, if you just put in 2 contracts, which is our typical shit, how much would that be? That's $10 times, what is it? 175 ticks. So $1,750 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. And you're just using a fucking zone. Thanks, Matt. I don't even know what that does, though, to be honest with you. I'm so new to TikTok. An uptrend on NQ. Um, I mean, I did a analysis on it the other day, so we can look at NQ real quick. Like what I think is going to happen here. I don't even want the candles turned on. Hide. Turn this off. Turn that off. Go to weekly, intraday, red, and oh, the fills aren't there. Turn the fills on. So what is NQ doing? Well, I see major support. I see major trend. And then I see a short-term trend. And then I see, why did this, oh, this is supposed to be, that's why it's fucking blue. Go blue, bitch. So what do we have here? Even just, we have an ascending wedge that it broke out. So I would consider bullish until we break this here. And then I would only assume that it's going to retest this and then go back up unless it broke this point here. If it comes below this trend here, then I would go bearish. But this zone right here is going to be pretty prominent right there. So between 374 and 237, I would be paying attention to that like a hawk. So I would How do you get the indicator? Oh, go to breakouthunter.com. That's where the indicator. That's where you can get it from. The It's for trading view only. We don't have a Ninja Trader view, a Ninja Trader version yet. I'm bullish still. Buy the dips. Unless you get, I would pay attention. So Monday, I would pay attention to this level right here, 374 to 241. Because if you look, we've got support. This is an end cap, so there's going to be a ton of orders sitting here, right? It might even consolidate here. There's going to be a shit ton of orders between 373 and 234. And I would wait until you see what it does there to get into anything. I mean, I'll do my normal typical range break in the morning, but other than that, out for any type of holding, I'm gonna wait and see what it does here. If it breaks this trend here, this is what I would guess it would do. It's probably gonna do something like this, right? So I would just start range trading these trends here. We also have let me go back to 5 days. 5 days right here. So we also have these right here, which are very I need to go to the so these trend lines, it's an indicator I built, is based on time, not trend. So we've already rejected this one, busted through this one here. And if you look, we got wicked here and wicked here. So I think they're going to come sweep these lows. See how this is already starting to come down? We didn't close above, but we did close below this trend right here, which again, this is based on time, not trend. So I would expect us to go bearish, come sweep like this order block right here. We got ourselves a supply or demand zone right here, and then get into this a little bit and then push up again. That's what I would think Nat NQ is going to be doing, just because of what's going on here. And then these trend lines right here, like, I mean, look at them, man. You can't deny this right here. And this is based on time. What it is, it's 9 a.m. It's the 8 a.m. open previous day to the 8 a.m. close current day, and then 8 a.m. close previous day to 8 a.m. open current day. And that's how these trend lines are built. And look at what happens when price gets near them. See this? So, so yeah, so if you look, here is 8 a.m. right here. Here's the open. So this trend line comes up to the open of this 8 a.m. candle. See that? And then this one comes down. So if I was to do this right here, see that trend right there? Now, if I were to go before it, see how that trend's not even there now? Now watch, I'll click one more candle and then it should populate. You fucker. That's the reason I haven't released this yet, is because it keeps doing this to me. So let me see if there it goes. So it populated now. Oh, that wasn't the 8 a.m. candle. This one was. So see how it closed? So it's the open to the open, close to close. That's what it is. And if you look at price, see that? Look at that. Boom. Right there. So I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get in that. And then I'm gonna do something like this, and then I'm gonna take profit down to the next one or some kind of liquidity or something like that. And then there you go. Look at that. See? That's how I use that. Oh, that was 15 contracts. Morning opens. We play the 15-minute opening range. So that's what I was doing. That's why I started streaming. If you go look at the beginning of the stream later, you'll see that we had a 100% win rate to start, and then I started fucking around and started losing. But I was joking around. So that the 15-minute open is these right here. So we're playing these range breaks and stuff like that. So, and that's our bread and butter trade. So what we do is we either two minis or 10 micros to reduce risk if that's what they want to do. 40 ticks close half, 80 ticks close the other half. That's our bread and butter trade. That's the trade we use to get everybody funded and paid out. And then they trade copy 20, 30, 40 funded accounts. That's where you start making money. And then we have our daily hold where we look for later. So the bread and butter trade is live streamed in our Discord every day. So all the executions and calls are live. And then the hold ones, I'll send out a ping to everybody, or Miller will, and say, hey, I see a setup for me. Go ahead and jump on. And then no, this is definitely a paid indicator. It's one that I built. It took spent some years turning it into what it is. But if you see right here, here's the end cap right here, and look at what price does. Boom, boom. But I was just back testing the range break trades in the morning that we do, and this is it right here. So this one I wouldn't even take this, I don't think, because it's doesn't look fun. So the indicator, so I'll go over the main indicator real quick because everybody's seeming to be interested. So first light beacon are these zones right here, and it's turning whatever you want it to be into a support and resistance zone. So right now I have it on intraday settings set to New York open. Then you can do daily candle like this, right? So you can go to daily candle support and resistance zones. So here's the formation at 6 p.m. of a new daily candle. That's what this red line is now, or this red box. And let me turn this off so it's not confusing. And you can play off of it, right? So if you wanted to hold, say you wanted to trade Asia, and you wanted to find a direction of Asia, well, Asia usually manipulates, but we get a drop right at the open, right? And then it crosses back up. So what is this showing you? This is showing you the market structure, right? And then it rejects and then goes. So you could trade this right here, and then your stop loss will be the bottom of the zone, and then take profit, usually typically the middle of the next one. And that's the average price of that daily candle that closed. So that's why it's a good spot to try to take profit. And let's see if it actually hits it. I don't know. It was just there a minute ago. I didn't look. Maybe going break even. Didn't get it. Oh, is it going to get it? Yeah, I hit it. So there you go. So there's an Asia trade right there. How do you get the Discord? You need to either get the indicator or go or join the Hunters Club. And the Hunters Club has a free 3-day trial, and you can get it from that website right there. And then there's a promo going right now, 50% off on the Hunters Club. That's the code for it. But that is how you get into like an Asia trade. But you also have your Asia zone here. So it'll actually, where did it go? Asia. There you are. And there you are. So there's the beginning of Asia, 7 p.m. right here. And if you look, we get a bounce. So you could scalp this if you wanted to. This is actually a really decent. Let me turn the beacon line back on because that is one of the methods of entry right there. So this line right here, you don't want to be selling when it's red or buying. Buying when it's red. You want to wait. So what did I do? Change everything? Asia. Yeah, there we go. Oh, 7 p.m. hasn't started yet. So there we go. So here's the formation of the new zone. And we get a cross right there. Boom. And we're waiting. Okay, so we're above it and we're green. Now we're waiting for beacon line to turn green. Right? There's green right there. So we buy. And then we are stop lossing below zone and we're taking profit. I don't know. We'll do just a fixed 2 to 1. That's how you could get into this Asia trade here. Or you could just go to the middle line like we did a minute ago. but which if you did, that would be a 3.38, right? Which we know it wins. We just did it. So, um, but yeah. And then the next setting for this thing is you can go to London if you want to trade London. This is the 10-10-30 zone. And then you have your weekly zones. We've been going over all that. And then you can go into your scalping zones. So which is these right here. So my favorite is 45 minutes. So I'll just show you that real quick. So the way you use this thing is the same way. It's just market structure being built. So this is a 45-minute candle. This red box is the 45-minute candle. So you're able to trade. You're able to trade the break of every candle. And the theory behind it, right, is this is the wick of the 45 and this is the breakout where the candle actually starts to push or form. So you get your break, new 45 zones formed. So it's telling you right here when this happens, the label pops up and there's alerts for all this. And then your zone is right there. You're green, right? But your candle's still red. The indicator is coloring the candles. So we don't want to get into that trade yet. And see, look, it would have been a bad entry. And then we go, so now we're thinking, okay, we're shorting, but no, because if you look, you know anything about, we took liquidity, we dropped we have a lower low, we're going up, we're not going down. Just we're trying to get a good entry, right? So there's you a good entry right there. So you buy, and then your stop loss is the zone. I like to use the beacon or like something like this right here. And then we're taking profit wherever we're taking profit. And then there you go. And there's you a trade. This house. I mean, people. I'm not gonna do it today, but I will be doing it the rest of the week. We do the Asia breaks as well. They're not as good as the U.S. breaks, obviously, but if they happen, we're there to trade it. If they don't happen, then we just don't trade it. But yeah, that's how you do that. And then you can also, so if you look, I was trying to show you earlier the end caps. Where did price go? Where did it go? There it is. So these end caps. So this is a trade in itself right here. Watch. So the 45-minute zones. This one's not as, I would take it, but it's not, it didn't bounce into it. So it's like you can't set an alert for it. So that's defeats the purpose. So let me show you one where you actually can just set an alert and then not have to stare at the screen all day. So here's one right here. So when this forms, right, I go into replay. So the zone's here. So what we do is we put a box there, right, like that. That's our end cap. This is going to be a potential POI, a point of interest, right? There's a bunch of potential orders sitting here, and we want to tap into it. Now, a lot of people just set limit orders right here like this. They go, oh, oh, and then they do whatever they're going to do for their take profit, right? I don't do that. I just set an alert here, and when price comes down, taps into it, and wicks it like that, I just get into the trade. And then my stop loss is the zone, right? And then my take profit is the next midline on the zone up here somewhere, because this is, well, actually it would be right there. Because this is the next available zone that has not been mitigated yet. You see this hasn't touched into it. So I would do that, or you can go to the high if you're feeling frisky, like all the way up there. But I would just do this right here. And there's your win. And you can do that on any of these time frames. So here's 45 minutes, here's 30, here's 5. So you can do it on the 5 one, right? This is, I actually have a guide on how to do this on YouTube. But basically when you get into a run, it's showing you a really good pullback to buy into, right? So let me go to New York session somewhere. Here's New York. And I actually use 15-second candles to do this. I don't even use 1 minute. And I'll show you why. So here it is right here. So when you get into a run, look at what price does. You start getting into a run here. comes back, retraces right here. So we'll click this, right? And this one I do use limit orders on, but we can't do that with this. So I go 5. This is what I do. This is my typical scalp trade. 5 contracts, and I go 40 ticks, $1,000. There you go. And then I wait for the next one, just like this. Come back down here. If it comes and touches this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. Right. So we can. I don't really draw these anymore. I just because I can see them, but touched it. And it's wicking it. Yep. Stayed above the midline. Okay. I'm buying 5 more. TP. 1,000 ticks or 40 ticks, and there it is. There's another $1,000. And dude, I've done that. I'll sit there and do that shit all day long. Until I lose. When I lose the trade, then that's when I'm done. Because you're gonna lose one. You're gonna lose one, especially when it's flipping around and changing direction. So none of these are good, right? So we wouldn't be taking any of these. Okay, so we're getting into a run again. So we're bouncing off the zone and we're getting into another run. I'm gonna take this one right here when it happens. Let's see. Yep. I don't know about this one. Fuck it. Just a back test, right? So 40 ticks, $1,000. Here we go. Boom, hits it. See that? There'd be $3,000 that day, and using 15-second candles. I mean, it don't get any better than that, man. No, that's not any zone, so that wouldn't be something you take. Okay, so here we go again. Oh, I missed it. It should have been this one. I'm not gonna click it now. Still would have won. See that? But yeah, that's how I do the 5 contract 40 tick scalps, and it's $1,000 win every time. Not every time. I mean, you can lose, but I mean, look at this right here. See this? Comes back down and reject. Like, this is a win. It comes down, rejects, buy 5, 40 ticks. Boom. It's awesome. I love it. And then, so another way to use this thing, I was showing people earlier how I get into the New York, like right at the opening. I mean, like literally 9:30 and get in. So here is, let me turn off this. So here is 9:30 right here, right? So I use 2 more zones. I add 2 more zones onto this, and I actually turn the candles off. I don't even use the candles. So we are bearish. Obviously, I'm looking, we're bearish before the beginning of the sorry, the kids' dirt bikes are outside running around. So we're bearish coming into it, right? So I'm thinking sells. So this pink line, this is the average of the 15-second candle. That's what I have it set to. Right here. Scalping 15 seconds. Yep, right there. And then this one is the 5-minute candle. So we're trading in 3 different time frames. And what I want to see is I want to see this white line come below this one or be in the middle of it. And I want to see this one cross under it, just like it did right here. The blue cross under the white right there, while the beacon line is red. Okay. So we already have some conditions met right at open. This is 9:30. This is 9:30 and 15 seconds, 9:30 and 30 seconds. This is red, and this is what I'm turning into a bot. So, and this is going to be the automated trading side of what's going on over here. And so we're going to wait until that crosses down, right? I want to see, so no, this is not what we want. So we're waiting. I want to see the blue cross, and it just did right there. So I would sell this. My stop loss is going to go somewhere up here somewhere, and I'm not going to have it take profit. Oh, it hit my stop loss. Boo-hoo. We're going to try again. There's the cross. Okay, so we're going to sell. Stop loss is going to come up here somewhere, right? and we're gonna not have a take profit. And what's gonna cause the close is if this blue line crosses back up the white line. So it's kind of like a moving average crossover, but it's a lot more accurate. It's using the average price of different candles to create these lines. So we might have a close right here, right? We might be closing. Let's find out. Nope, it came down, so we're still in the trade. Still in the trade. No reason to close yet. Not a reason in the world to close. Okay, so we might be closing here. Did that cross up? Yep, it did. So we would close this trade. Boom. So even with that loss, you still made 11 grand that day using 5 contracts, right? So, and that's just watching these lines cross. Now we're turning this into an automated system. Now, if you look at with the candles on, that's what that's what it looks like. So you just caught the very bottom. From the top to the bottom. And then if we turned it off, if you wanted to continue trading, right? Let's see what it does, because we're more than likely it's going to keep dumping. So we want to see a cross under and red. Let's try it. Fuck it. And it's returning back up. But I'm a one and done guy, so I wouldn't even take this for real. But that's how you get into those immediate New York Open trades. And this is how I trade news. This is how I trade the news right here. So I have all this set up when the news is coming in. I don't even have candles on, man. I just look at this shit and I wait and I wait and I wait. And when it drops like this, I think it's a pretty big prominent drop. If you see the bend in it right here, this is when the candle closed, right? This would be the entry right here. That's how I do the 9. Dude, I live stream this shit on YouTube. You can go look at our YouTube, click on the live button. You can watch me doing this. But that is another way to use this system. And then we have, I don't want that. We have all of the different candles. So if you're a swing trader, you want to use the weekly, and then you would want to use a daily candle right here. And basically how you would do that is you would want to see the white leave the red, right? So this red one is the weekly candle, and then this white one is a daily candle. So here's a new week, right? And then on Monday, it leaves the red right here. So you would do this right here. Okay, it leaves it right there. So you would buy, right? And your stop loss is the zone. And then we hold. Until white crosses back down. Or you hit your profit target, whatever it is you want to do. And this is only 5 contracts. So if you're using a prop firm, this is not unreasonable to expect something like this right here. Right? Okay, so we got a new week. I would close that at the end of the week. So I would close that. So that would be a $43,000 week with 5 contracts. And to trade 5 contracts on your own of NQ, I would need probably 5-10 grand into an account. If you're using a prop firm, you can do it with any 50K account. And there are prop firms out there, futures prop firms that do allow swing trading and holding. Elite Trader Funding does. I know for a fact their Diamond Hands account does, and because I use it. And there's another one I don't use. I have to look it up. But yeah, so this is how you get into the swing trades, which is pretty slick. Here again, right here, here's another win. So this is, and they would always be Monday at 6 p.m. If you're doing it, if you're doing the weekly swings, it's Monday at 6 p.m. You'll know whether you should be buying or selling. Monday at 6 p.m. is when you would look. So this is so simple for people to do. Just Monday at 6 p.m. Come look at the chart, right? And then our stop loss, I don't know, wherever you're going to put it, but and then we just get into the trade. This one goes into drawdown, but we're still good because the red line or white line has not crossed red. And you obviously use your risk management. So your 1 or 2%, whatever is going to be your stop loss. It wouldn't be this 33 grand. I'm just clicking buy, right? I would be risking 1 or 2% of my account as my stop loss. Well, some of my accounts, it might actually be 33 grand, but there you go. There's now you're up 50, right? And we're Sunday, we're Wednesday. And you only got 5 contracts in this Thursday. So we're going to close probably at the end of the week. Hopefully it doesn't dump on Friday. That's when you would want to think about going break even or trailing a little bit. Friday at noon, pushing up. And there's the close. So your close would be 4 p.m. right here. So it's the same amount. So there's an $80,000 week with 5 contracts. How do you set it, Abashi? Well, it's a paid indicator. You need to go subscribe to it at this website right here. And you can just get the indicator, which is cheaper, obviously, or you can join the Hunters Club and you get the indicators and everything with it. And you get to join all the live streams and get all the callouts. So, but yeah, this is the weekly swing trades that we're going to be doing for 2025. We're going to be calling these. And are all of them going to win? No. I mean, you need to understand there's losses in trading. It does happen. But you just win more than you lose. That's all. And you'll make money. Sorry, the wife was talking about dog beds. And this is the weekly trade. So that's another way to use it. And then you can then you have different coloring candles. So the first option, this is based on RSI. So the blue, so when you break out of the zone and you have a blue candle, that's a good indication to buy. We don't do London call out sessions. If I could train someone that lives in London, I would definitely do it. The 15-minute, yeah, hell yeah. I usually use 15 seconds. So, but yeah, here's 15 minutes. Are you talking about for swing trading? Yeah, you can use 15-minute candles. It doesn't matter because you're looking at, well, you can change the zone to 15 minutes here. So there we go. So this white line is the 15-minute now, 15-minute candle. Well, it's the average. It's the median of the 15-minute candle. But for catching these swing trades, you would want to use the daily line here. But you can use the 15. You can use whatever candle you want to get into the trades. So here's your weekly zones, and here's your bounces off the weekly zone. So if you're just trading price action off of the zone, which a lot of members do that, this is what it would look like. So here's a 15-minute candle, and then you get this rejection of it right here, right? And then you could have entered off of that, or this right here. So now RSI is flipped bullish. That's what this candle color means. So you can buy, but you're really far away. So your stop loss would probably want to be something like that, right? Or maybe even the entry candle or the beacon line. And then we're taking profit wherever we're taking profit. And let's see. Yeah, it does win. So, but this candle color right here is based on the RSI. So pink is down, gray and yellow means pay attention. Gray is we're consolidating, and then blue is we're going bullish. So that's the color candle option 1. Option 2 is proprietary. Can't tell you how it works, but it does. And obviously green up, red down. And this is my favorite one. And then option 3 is based on contraction expansion. So basically, when we're white, we're contracting or consolidating. And when we flip green, we're expanding. Now, this is 15-minute candles, so there's a little lag, but I use smaller time frame candles to actually find pinpoint entries. So I'm relying on the zones to tell me, right? So here is a bull flag that is coming up through the weekly zone. And this is US session right here, right? So how do you trade a bull flag? Well, right here. Well, how does this thing show you that, hey, this is the time to actually get into the bull flag? Well, we're breaking the trend. We're leaving the zone and our candles turned green. So that means we're expanding, right? So this would be a really good time to go, oh, I should probably try and buy this. This is what we call a high probability setup. And what do? Well, we just, wherever we think we should take profit at. And where should we take profit? I don't know. Let's try this flat level part right here. Let's see if it gets there. Fucker. There it goes. So there you go. And the flat level parts usually are really good spots for take profits or the beginning of the other zones. But that is the candle colors, the different options of this thing. But my personal favorite is this one right here. So yeah, there's that. And then what else is this thing? Oh, it's got the daily opening ranges, which is just your DORs. So it shows you the first 30 minutes of the opening range of the daily candle. So if you're above it and then you break above the zone, this is a high probability setup that you just caught the weekly trade right here. See this? So we're above DOR, and you just caught the weekly. And then there's the that's Wednesday, but it's a really good trade there. And then we have obviously the signal, right, which is the other one that actually gives the buy and sell signals in the background colors. And you can all of this is customizable, so you can change the time frame to different things. But if you go to, oh yeah, I meant to show this weekly, yeah. Then which one is this? Is this the daily? Yeah. Okay, let's turn this on. Go to the hour. So look at these signals here. These are swing signals, right? DOR is making this look complicated. These are all swing trade. These are all swing signals. These are all weekly candles. These red zones here. David, when you get into it, there's going to be a part where you put in your TradingView username and it'll automatically add it. And then the same thing with Discord. You put in your Discord name, it'll automatically add you to our Discord. Do each day trade US session for 2 hours with a 15-minute chart entry. So that's what I'm trying to convey to you is this right here, this red thing here. I'm going to turn off the candles. This red thing right here is a weekly candle. This, now I'm going to switch it to, I'm scalping. So this right here is a 15-minute candle from here to here. So let me go where you can actually see the beginning of it, where it shows. Okay, there we go. So every little one of these right here is a 15-minute candle. So you can, the benefit is you can take a smaller time frame. It's not, I'm clicking on it and it's not doing anything. There you go. You can take a smaller time frame candle and trade inside of the higher time frame. So you get laser pinpoint entry. So if you look at any of our live streams, I'm pulling out massive trades with little to zero drawdown. And the reason for that is because I'm able to see basically high def what's going on inside of a higher time frame candle. So I can see, like, my favorite is the 45-minute candle. So I use this one a lot, 45 minutes. I can see the beginning of the candle right here, right? Oh, I'm in replay mode. That's why it won't let me. Okay, hold on. We're way up here. 22 almost. Where are you, price? Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go to. I even have a 5-second chart, dude. Okay, so I mean I get laser entries. I'm telling you. So I can see this is a 45-minute candle forming right here. That's what this little 45 zone means. 45-minute candle started right here on this candle, right? Screw this signal thing. Let's just show you the structure. And what happened? Well, it came down and then went up. Well, this crossover up right here, this whole section is the bottom wick of the 45-minute candle. When it crossed up through here, this started creating the body of the 45-minute candle. And you're getting the perfect entry because you can see that forming. So this is what it looks like when it's actually forming. Right here. Right? So we're not over yet. Okay, so we're not over yet. So there we go. I would enter on that trade right there. I would enter this. And the reason for that is you got a green candle that closed over this. The wick of the 45-minute downside wick is over at that point. This beacon line is turned green, which is basically a linear regression line, just a little modified. And I would buy this. I would buy this trade right here, and I would go to probably the high or something like that. One of these highs over here. Let's see. I don't know. Just TP this one right here. And you'll see price. See? And then as long as, and then you use the zone as your trailing stop. Like you can just hold and hold and hold and hold if you wanted to until another zone forms. Then I would close. But this is the 45-minute candle. And that's the point behind the zones is it's giving you, do you win or not? Just go. No, it doesn't win there. Okay, it didn't go up all the way. But I wouldn't even have gone that far. I trade 40 and 86. So this is showing you the market structure of the 45-minute candle starting to form. So that's why. Hey, JD Trades. Hey, bro. If you go on our YouTube page, there's probably 2 years of live trades of me using this, proving you wrong, bro. Okay? So when you open your fucking mouth like that, without doing any research, you look like an asshole. And I love it when people like you say shit like this because I'm going to link the live section of our YouTube page right now so everybody can look at it and see these fucking trades. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these fucking trades live streamed, executed live. And then we have JD Trades, who's probably not profitable, saying that a system can't be this good. There you go. There's the link right there. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fucking videos. You even see me playing Call of Duty sometimes. It's awesome. I live stream Call of Duty or League of Legends or whatever. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. All of our shorts, what time frames? It's good for any time frame. This is 45-minute zones right here. Let's go here. Here's weekly New York session. This gives you the zone for New York, London, Asia, 10:30 weekly. And you go to intraday to turn that on. So it's going to start at 9:30 and start giving you the zones. And there you go. See, so New York session. I love it when people do shit like that. It's like, it's funny to me, man. So here is New York session right here. I'm going to set this to halftime. Okay. And I'm going to click play. And you're going to see this New York session support and resistance zone formed. That's probably a little too fast. Let's go to 3. See it forming? See, what JD Trades doesn't understand is that trading is based on time. And these indicators are based on time. And once you learn that, it changes the game big time. See that right there? See all that? I mean, look at these. Look at these rejections. David, to join, just go to breakouthunter.com and click on join Hunters Club. Use 50. You get a free day. You get a free trial, but if you actually sign up for the Hunters Club, use that code there, and it'll give you 50% off. And then just input all. Once you get through the checkout and everything, put your TradingView username in there, and it'll add the indicators to your invite only, and then make sure you claim your Discord access. It'll give you access to the Discord and give you your roles. But I mean, here you go. Look at, so if you here, let's do this with numbers. JD Trade. Let's do this with numbers. So if we would have bought this right here, came down, crossed over, went back up. If we bought this right here, and no stop loss for now, no take profit, and we just trailed the zone. I do this all the time. So there you go. Trailing the zone. Trailing the zone. I'm just trailing the zone. Where's 4 o'clock? Oh, we would have had to close at 4 because we're prop firm traders. So where is it? So we would have closed around here somewhere. So however much money that was. This is 39 right now. So it's 216 ticks. So what is that? 25 times 216. 5,400 minus 39. So this would have been a $33,000 day trading 5 contracts. Sam, you do need a TradingView account. It only works on TradingView. We are building NinjaTrader versions, but they're not anywhere near ready. And these are my favorite setups right here. When price comes back down and retests the previous zone. I love these. I'm getting into it, and I'm putting my stop loss right here. And then I'm targeting the next zone. And then I don't freak out when this happens. When something like that happens, I'm adding in on this part right here. So, and then here it is again. See, price does not go below that zone. You see that? I wouldn't have taken this one because it didn't actually get to it, right? So I probably would have waited for this. More than likely, I don't know who knows. But yeah, that is the indicator in a nutshell. And then you have the signal, right? That gives all the signals. It's based on the background, but this one works really well with the trend with the. I got to set the daily though. Works really well with the range breaks for U.S. range breaks or even Asia. I don't know. I've never actually. Let's try that real quick. Let's try the Asia range break, Tokyo range breaks. So let's try that real quick. Let's see. Set this to Asia right there. And we have it on 15 minutes, and we need to go to the 1 minute time frame. And let's look at Asia. Let's see what happens in Asia. Where is Asia's? Oh, they're so small. So the 1 minute, it doesn't like it. So you could trade this manually. Like if you look, background is green, candles are green, beacon line is green, and you're breaking out of the top side of Asia while you're on top of the Asia zone. So this is the Asia zone right here. This big red thing. So you just broke the range right here. So this would be a good buy, right? And then, but I only understand that I only go 40 ticks when this is the bread and butter trades. I go 40 ticks, and there you go. And I do, and I trade copy a bunch of funded accounts, just like the other people on our server. We spread risk. So, and you can trade an unlimited amount of, you can trade copy an unlimited amount of prop firm accounts, especially futures. And then there's software to cross over into Forex prop firms. So you can actually trade copy any Forex prop firm accounts that are trading US 30 or NAS 100, whatever they call it on there. So if you wanted to increase the amount of prop firms you wanted, you could do that as well. So you could like trade copy futures, prop firm, and then Forex prop firms, and then get an account at every single one of them that exists. And before you know it, you got like $20 million in funding. Alfred, no, it's not order blocks. It's not order blocks. It's based on time and volume. So, but yeah, that is, so Asia would be a way to do it. And if you really wanted to use the signal, you could just drop down a time frame. I bet you we get something out of this right here. Let's see. No, it just did not like it. There's not enough volume going on. Now we could try Asia. We could do Asia real quick too. So we'll switch this to, I'm sorry, London. We'll switch this to London. All right, so we'll get our zone at London. And we're going to change this to London so we can see the range. I just used Lux Algo's session indicator for that. And where is some Londons? Beginning of London, where are you? Here's a range break of London right here. Look at that. We got our range that broke out up the top side, and it called it right here, and that was valid. So we're above the zone. The background's green. Everything's green. The stop and go lights are all green probably right there. We'll try that out. There they are. They're all green. So you buy, and then our bread and butter trade is 40 ticks. And obviously we know it works because we just saw it. But yeah, there you go. 50. This just works on the Hunters Club, but it's 50 off 3. I'm actually looking at Discord right now. So this dude just posted this in our Discord. Hold on, I'm going to give you a screenshot of it so you can see it. This is funny as fuck. Oh, that's funny. DeepSeek AI agent. People who buy and forget plus 15,000. And then that's the dude that did that shooting, whatever it was. Yes. What do we got going on here? Okay. But yeah, that is the indicator in a nutshell. Thing works. You can, and I always tell people just play with the settings, right? And if you, so we did that Asia or this London Asia break right here, right? So we got our buy signal. Well, we can also turn on those other ones to get the crosses, right? So the, what did I have this changed? 15, okay. And then we have, oh yeah, that's why. Scalping 5. There we go. So the crosses are going to tell you too. So if we turn off the candle right here, look at, we're getting a buy signal while the blue line is above the white line. Bro, I mean, come on, man. It's literally saying, hey, you should buy this right now. Like, you should buy this. And then you hold it if you want to until this crosses. And it crossed down right there. So this is where you would, this is what it would look like. So you would, so we got a cross up, right? Beacon line's green. This blue line is the 15-second candle average, and this white line is the 5-minute average. And when the 15-second crosses through the 5-minute, okay, I'm interested. And then if you want, you wait till you get this buy signal and you buy. And then you're going to hold until the white crosses down, or the blue crosses down the white. Right there. There's you a trade that you just won right there. Just easy peasy. Like, didn't no thought about it whatsoever. It's like mechanical as fuck. You just see crosses and it crosses. It doesn't get any easier than that. You don't even look at the candles. I have trades of this happening too. I do this all the time. This is our typical. We stopped doing it at the end of December or the last 3 weeks of December because the markets were insane. But that's our 9:30 trade. Like, that's what we do. Is that right there? If you look at this, you'll see that it crossed down below right here. So we would take this entry right here. We would this 100%. We would take this entry right here and go for our 40 ticks, right? Yeah, 100%. Selling, take profit. 40 ticks is $1,000. Boom. See if it hits it. It hit it. $1,000. That is our 9:30 trade right there. Well, this was actually at Asia. Holy shit, it works at Asia too. Maybe we should have somebody calling out trades during Asia. Or London. I'm sorry. That was London. Ooh. Maybe we should be doing some London stuff. I just can't stay up that late, man. Where does it go back to? New York. Boom. And then Bitcoins and stuff. I'll just, here, look, this is how you get into Bitcoin. You ready? You want to know how to get into Bitcoin? Want to buy Bitcoin? I'll show you. Watch this. 90,000, 100,000. Come on, get up there. There we go. We're going to go to our weekly zone. I don't want to do that. Our weekly zone. Intraday, weekly. Boom. Here's our weekly. Close this off, close this off. We don't want this. We want, yeah, we do want this one, I believe it was. No, not this one. We want this one. Intraday. There we go. Boom. And we can go to 15-minute candles if we want. And we don't want this on. We're not going to use that. When should you buy the Bitcoin? Okay. Where's... That's not what I was wanting. I just like the hour candles better. Okay, beginning of the week. Beginning of the week right here. So if you're doing this weekly, here's the beginning of a week. Sunday, 6 p.m. We're going to wait till Monday at 6 p.m. to do anything. Monday. Monday at 6 p.m. It drops, but it doesn't go. It doesn't break the low. So I probably would say fuck that. Usually it just slams right through it. So, and there you go. Bye. See? And this is on Thursday. So we're going to want to close Friday. Unless you're holding. If you're a holder, then you could just keep holding all of these. You could just hold. It's just showing you when to get in. Friday. Friday at 6 p.m. There you go. Boom. There you go. There's your close on Bitcoin. It works on any time frame you want it to work on, Alfred, because these zones are the candle. So I could add in a 3-minute if you wanted here. But so if you wanted, you can go to any time frame you want. It'll work. If you're a swing trader, the higher. If you're a scalper, the lower, right? So or if you want to do both, or if you get into a scalp and you realize, hey, this is fucking launching, you can swap over to something like this and be like, okay, I'm just holding this thing until it shows me I don't need to hold it anymore, right? And then if you're a weekly, so a lot of people swing. This is a strategy. I don't know if a lot of people do or not, but it's a strategy. So if you're um if you're a swing trader, you can hold till the end of the week most times, right? So like people buy on Monday and close on Friday. And is it risky? Kind of. But if you have some way to mitigate the risk, and it's not so bad. Um, like this right here, like you could. So here is Monday at 6 p.m. right here, right? Monday at 6 p.m. This thing breaks up, so you just buy because it broke out. White line left the weekly zone. Boom, right? So where's our stop loss? Well, stop loss we'll use the zone right here, right? So going a little bit of drawdown there, getting some profits, and then our we're trailing this right here, right? The zone, the weekly zone, because we want to try and hold this for the whole week. So let's see. Let me move it up some more. And that would have been our close right there. Sorry, I didn't click it. But then the Friday at whatever was right. It was right. Oh wait, no, crypto just keeps fucking running over the weekends. That's why that screwed me up. So Friday at 5 p.m. was right here. I don't know how much money that was. I don't know what it was, but it's like right here. You would close it. So that's just a strategy that some people use. They find a buy at the beginning of the week and close. Yeah, it's an invite only script. It's you can get it at breakouthunter.com. Yep. And then but that is and you're not even and if you look at this, you're not even using candles. And that's what's crazy. This line is the daily candle. It's the average of the daily candle, basically. And then this is the weekly candle, the high, the low, and the average. I would not be selling my script if it makes me money. Why would I not be selling my script? I also call out live trades for people to make money with too. It's called diversified income. I own some real estate too. Should I stop trading because I make money with real estate? I own Bitcoin. I've been holding since $600. Should I not do other things because it makes me money? Um, like why would I not diversify income and make more money? So do you know what selling a subscription does? Do you know what I do with that money? I reinvest it back into the business and grow it. And I don't have to take my income and do that with because all the subscriptions pay for it. I do make my own damn money. I trade copy a lot of prop firms. Um, your logic is false. You're a failure, and you will never amount to anything because of the way you think. Well, I wasn't convincing anybody to do anything. I was back testing it and just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to live stream it." But all the live trades that are on YouTube that I put, like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. All the daily sessions are streamed live. They're just delayed. The Hunters Club members get it undelayed. Proves that you're just full of shit and you're a waste of life and you don't know anything and you should probably just get the fuck out of the stream. How about that? People like you are like you're it's almost it's you're like Satan worshippers or something. It's like why in the hell would you do anything to help other people do anything? Well, it's a there's two reasons. One, more money, and two, I'm trying to build an army so I can push the market around. So if I have 1,000 people with accounts that are live and we see a chance to grab liquidity and be a market maker. Um, just like remember that GameStop thing that happened. What do you think that guy was doing? But he was making what did he make? Like $100 million or something? Well, why would he tell other people to do anything if he was making so much money? You're not, I'm not mad. You're a fucking retard. You don't know how any scammer acts. Go to my, you know what? You're like the third person in here that I've fucking made look like a fool tonight. We can. We can do it in off hours. We could do it when banks aren't trading. We could, yeah. Just like they do in crypto. Yeah, we could. We could do it. Hell, how do you know we're not going to just do it on meme coins? Like, what do you know? You don't know anything. You don't know the business plan. You don't know what we're doing. You just think you do, and you're a funded trader. Okay, cool. You're a funded trader. How many accounts do you have? How many do you trade copy? How much money do you risk? I don't care, honestly. You could be a funded trader all you want. I do this shit live. I live stream my trades, my executions, my exits, my wins, my losses. All of them are live streamed to like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, all at the same time. And the proof is in the pudding, my friend. It's there. Okay, cool, man. Cool. Come join our Discord. I tell you what, I'll give you a month for free. Let's see what you think. How about that? There's people on our server right now that couldn't afford the subscription that they get the services for free. I'll go out and live stream too. You mean you'll do it or you do it now? Like, which is it? Because I do it now. Like, yeah, like Sarah is something. Anyways, so basically, Sarah, this is a weekly candle, man. Hey, we're watching price bounce off weekly candles. This guy's a fucking scammer. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Look. So, guys, if you were super patient, oh, and let me show you something. If you went to this little thing right here and clicked add alerts, I can't do it in replay mode. You'll get an alert when price hits this buy side line. Let me turn the line on for you. Buy line, sell line. There we go. See how it's green buy, red sell. If price touches this, you'll get an alert and you can come look. You don't have to stare at your screen, right? So we get this little thing right here. Hey, look, guys, I'm going to show you what Sarah is saying is a scam. Scam, guys. Oh, look, it hit it. Oh, look, it went back up. Oh my God. We're going to buy and we'll just put our stop loss at the zone and then we'll put our take profit, however you want to do it. I don't care. Let's just whatever. Oh, guys, here's the scam, guys. Guys, oh, look at that scam. Oh my God. That's a scam. It's a scammer, guys. Cherry pick trades. I literally do this shit fucking live every day, dude. Like I do this for a living, man. I sit at home and I get on computer and I say, okay, guy, look at this. Let's go trade. Yeah, buy time. Ooh, yeah, woohoo. It's not a cherry pick. I just explained it to you. I can understand your IQ is too low for you to get this. This line has an alert function. When price touches it, you'll get a ding ding on your phone. Okay, bro? And then when it touches and goes back up, you just trust it and you click buy. And your stop loss goes right there. And your take profit goes wherever the hell you want to put it. I don't know. The high right here. Look at that's where it was before. And we'll do this again for you because you didn't get it the first time. Boom. Look at that, dude. How is that cherry picking trades? That's literally the strategy for using the weekly zone. You wait for a price to retest into it and go back up. And if you knew anything about trading, Mr. fucking funded person, this is a fucking order block right here. And this is a fucking demand zone that you got in before it happens because you use something that's based on time and volume. This is all orders that were unfilled, you stupid fuck. Get out of my stream. How do I kick this guy? It's pissing me off. Stupid. Sarah? Is this Sarah? Is it a dude or a chick? How do you kick people from streams? Fuck. Hold on, let me Google this shit. I don't know how to do this. TikTok's new to me, guys. Everybody said stream on TikTok. How to kick people from TikTok streams. God, I got a bunch of videos. I don't want video. Oh, I can just block them. No, I can't. This is retarded as hell. I don't, whatever. Whatever, Sarah. I don't care about you. Anyways, yeah, so for the people that have a brain that can see what's going on here, bounced off, order block, demand zone, price go up, scam though, okay? Okay, guys, scam. Hey, look, new zone formed, right? Price crossed through, came back up, retested. Hey, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Guess what this is right here? Oh, look at this order block. Oh my god. Oh, look, order block formed. Oh, here's your supply, right there. Oh, what does price do? Price go down. Oh, and then what does it do again? Look at it steals the liquidity. Price goes down. Oh my god. Oh god. The beginning of this stream, I was back testing. I was literally doing it like didn't know what price was gonna do and was back testing, like clicking buy sell and doing pretty good. Here you go. Here's a retracement trade right here. Here's a big ass pullback. See this right here, Sarah. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is an order block right here, right? And then price goes above zone and then wicks it right here. What should you do? Oh, I'll just buy. Fuck it. There you go. There's your big ass trade. Like you could hold. Oh, hey Sarah, see these big old wicks right here? Let me find a big wick in the middle of the night that was done probably by a trader group of Bitcoin where it just in the middle of the night where there's no banks trading, there's no nothing, but you just see this huge wicked candle, right? That's I need to find one. Oh, these are hour candles, no wonder. All right. Nah, that's not going to be it. We need the middle of the night. Whatever. I don't need to waste my time on this, but it does happen. And I want to do that. That's a goal in life. One day I want to be like the Asians, and when it's pushing up and the RSI is telling everybody it's long and everybody should be breaking and going up, short the longs, and we just romp stomp some retards like Sarah and destroy their account. Yeah, yeah. All I trade is NQ, bro. NQ is all I trade. Pretty much every day it's NQ. But the let me turn out these lines because I don't like them. Been doing this for hours, Sarah. I already done it for hours, man. It is a magic. It is a magic indicator. My win rate is 78% for December. But I know that you're a noob now because you ask me what my win rate is and you don't ask me what my profit expectancy is. I know you're not a profitable trader now for 100% fact. I know for a fact because that is the noobest fucking thing that any fucking noob trader will ever ask anybody. What's your win rate? What's your RR? No, 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 sir. If you want to know if somebody's profitable, Sarah, you ask them what is your profit expectancy because someone with a 89% win rate with a very low profit expectancy or a negative profit expectancy is not a profitable trader, even with an 89% win rate. Why? Because they lose more than they win. That's probably you. You probably lose more than you win, which is the RR. What is my average RR? That RR is not profit expectancy. That's part of the equation or the formula to get profit expectancy, but that's not profit expectancy. My profit expectancy is 6. Okay? It's like 6, right? That's what it is. Because we have methods and risk management systems that we use that I will never explain to fucking you. Jesus. By using this indicator only, this indicator, there's a whole system of indicators. It's not just one. Da-dun-dun-dun. Here's the squeeze zone. Tell me what this is, Sarah. Please tell me what this is right here. Tell me what this is. If you can tell me what this is right here, I might take you seriously. Please tell me. The squeeze zone. What is this? Yeah, you're right. Probably is right. Anyways, that is the indicator in a nutshell. There is a shit ton of YouTube videos on how this thing works. There's a shit ton of YouTube videos on actual live executions. There is a shit ton of people on our Discord server, and um, there is a reason we do this, and it is to help out the humanity at the same time make a little bit more money. It's called diversified income, and that's like saying, does anybody know who Patrick Whalen is? Patrick, or is it Whalen, or yeah, Patrick Whalen. He's a big YouTube trader. Um, he just had like a five or $600,000 payout from Apex, like proven. Like he showed his bank account. Uh, yeah, website, Paul. Sorry, I'm on multiple uh, um, things at once. The he still sells stuff. Sarah. He sells things. He sells courses and stuff. Um, and he makes millions in payouts from prop firms. Like it's verified, proven, third party verified, and he shows his bank account. So, but he still sells things. I wonder why. Oh, I know, diversified income. Maybe, maybe he owns some businesses too. I wonder why. If he makes so much money trading, why would he? Laptop. Yeah, man. You can yeah, the First Light Beacon is on our website. It'll bring you to our WAP page, basically, is what it'll do. Um, I can link you directly to that. You don't have to go to our website. Let me see. The with a laptop, yeah, sure, I trade with a laptop. You can get, if you need more screens on your laptop. Oh, what do I do? This. Here, this you can get directly to the WAP from right here. With a laptop, so there is a screen that I use. It was $80, dude. Gives me a second screen for my laptop, and it just plugs into the Type C. I think it would work on an iPad too. Um, uh, if you need more screens, but they're like 60, $80. Here's yeah, right here. Here's one on Amazon. It's like $80. This ain't an affiliate thing or not. Let's just looked it up for you. Matt, there's a code. I think there's a code. Yeah, B Rock is another retard. Um, breakouthunter is CME broker good. CME is an exchange. CME is the exchange, not the broker. What is going on here? Matt, it's for the Hunters Club. It's 50 off 3, and it comes with a trial, so it doesn't cost you anything to try. Um, and if you don't like it, then cancel. No hard feelings, man. But I'm still waiting for Sarah to tell me what this yellow thing is right here. She doesn't. I don't think she knows. He knows. Anyways, I'll say it's a squeeze zone. Like if you're inside of it, you're consolidating. See, look, inside consolidating, when it breaks out, then consolidation is more than likely over. I don't use it very much. It's for some of the newer traders. They use it. Um, I don't use it. I use the zones, and I use 15 seconds. So I will show you exactly what I do when I'm trading and what I'm looking for. I'm going to do it right now because I don't use the signal. That's other people use that. I don't. I use 15-second charts. I even use 5-second charts sometimes. And then I use the 45-minute zone here. And I trade the first 30% of the 45-minute candle, because the first 30% is about the best chance of getting into a trade. So this is what it looks like when I get into a trade. So 30%, where is it? 12:45. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. So if you see this red line pop up, did I turn it on? It's enabled. When this red line pops up, this is saying, hey, you should probably not take a trade until the next zone. 50 off 3, yeah. So 50 off 3. Yep. I think it's 3 months you get off 50%. That's why it's 50 off 3. Let me look. I can't remember. I gotta look. But it's only for the Hunters Club. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If someone just wants the indicator and doesn't want to join the live streams and stuff, I'm going to do this real quick. Let's go to promo codes. 50 off 3. It is for the 50% off the first 3 months. 50 off 3. But that's for the Hunters Club. That's for all the live streams and everything. If you just want the indicator, let's just do TikTok 5. We'll do that too. Once. Okay, limit the new users. Yep. Can only be used once per users. And it goes to the First Light Beacon. There we go. So if you just want the indicator, TikTok 5, and that's for because the date. That'll give you 50% off just the indicator. You can still join the Discord. Make sure you do, in case you have questions, and there's strategies and everything in there that you can look at. There's videos on how to play with it and guides and all those things. Oh yeah, David. So, but yeah, this is what these are the trades I take right here. So I will wait for market structure to happen. So I want to see if anybody knows anything about market. It's in waves, right? So we have taken well, this is a bull flag. Look at it. So we're respecting this zone here, and we got a trend break coming down here like that. So I would definitely take this just because of that. And I'm looking for price to do this right here, which it already has, and then come back up over the zone and candles turn green and beacon line be green. And that's when I would say, okay, risk is good. And then I would buy and go for 40 ticks. So I just simple 40 ticks. I don't need a lot because I'm trade copying a bunch of accounts. So it doesn't really matter. And then I get my 40 ticks, and then I'm done for the day. The videos are linked on Discord, and you will see them. Let me make sure. Okay, you do have your. Oh, you joined the Hunters Club. Okay, so yeah, you'll have access to all of that stuff. So you'll see First Light Beacons under text channels, and you'll see strategies in there, and then there's a guide on it, the alert system guide, and the first one that I did the other day is trading bull flags with it. So, and then the ultimate scalping strategy, you want to look at that one. I would just look at all of them, dude. Just go through and skim through them, and it'll get you up to speed on really how it works and how to utilize it. But yeah. And then what kind of style trader are you though? That I can help you guide you to like what you should be looking for. Are you a scalper? Are you more of an intraday trader? Are you a swing trader? Or did he leave? I guess I could talk to him. He's in our Discord now. Let me see here. There you go. So for an example, I'm going to show you guys a screenshot of our PL porn. This is Taz. Taz is a new trader. This is what he did on the 18th, right here. Just following the system. He does this all the time. Like I can go up here and find all of his damn trades. Here he goes right here. This is on the 17th. This was posted on Discord right here. So here's another one. There you go. There's the 17th. So on the 17th, he did 3,555. On the 18th, he did 2,135. He's posting these in our Discord. He did better than me that day because I did 981 on the 17th. I don't think I traded the 18th. Here's mine right here. My trades. God, it's fuzzy as hell. Hold on, let me get a better screenshot of that. There's that right there. So there's me on the 17th, 981, 100% win rate, 6 trades. And Taz is a beast, and he's picking up on it really fast, really well. I love seeing it. Here he is posting his trades right here. Actual screenshots of his trades right there in our Discord. What's his name? David can see these if he goes in there. He can attest to these are real. These are real screenshots of his trades. So this was on the 13th. He had one for 1450. It's probably the same trade. I'm not sure. But see, he took his 40 ticks already. So he's already closed money. That's why he's got his trailing right here. And then his 80 is probably down here. Or he's just going for the full run. Who knows? Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, David. Especially traders that already kind of know what they're doing. It's giving them the confidence to actually execute, and it gives you a really good way to stay in the trade longer. Like this guy right here. Like, why would you ever close this? Right? You get into this trade, and you're not coming anywhere near this zone, and then this is at the end of the 45 minutes. Most of the time, here's your 45-minute new zone created. You're going to get a retracement. So close it. Just close at the end of the 45 minutes, right? So you get a beginning of the 45. Boom, 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 boom. Close, comes down, retraces. Call it a day or get in on the retracement if you want to. Like like this trade right here pans out. It takes this high. See that? So you would get in, boom, and then you could get in again, right? And it takes the high right there. So there's another good trade right there. Yep. And then you can use whatever. So I encourage people, once you watch the guide, you'll hear me say it a bunch of times. I encourage you to play with the settings, right? So play with it. So here's the doji zones. These are good, and you can change the time frame on the detection of them. Now, are they going to detect every single one? No, nothing's that good. But you can change the time frame on them and look for dojis. Now, what are dojis? If you don't know, I'll just explain it to everybody if they don't know what a doji is. So a doji is a candle that's indecisive, right? So here's a 5-minute doji zone, or did I just change it? What did I change it to? 1 minute doji zone. So let me turn on the 1 minute candles so we can show you. Where did price go? I hate how it does that. There we go. Okay, so 45 zones, doji candles. There we are. So these zones right here are the dojis. So what is a doji? A doji and an indecisive candle. Look at this candle right here. See this? Well, the way you trade that is it can become support and resistance for a short-term period of time, like a scalp, right? So if you look, the way you can trade dojis, and I do it sometimes, is when you get the candle, you wait. If you're red, if you're bearish, you wait for a candle to close below it, right? And if you do that, see? And this thing will detect them. And it will show you the last three that are there. And you can select which time frame you want them. So it could be 5-minute candles up to 15-minute candles. Any after that is just pointless, really, in my opinion. Yeah, and that'll help you. So that's one of the settings there. I see them without needing the zones, so I just see them. But to get you trained to look for things like that, it'll just pop up for you. And then let me see, the Discord invite link. Matt, it's you get the invite when you subscribe to the indicator or to the Hunters Club. The indicator, $69.99, or there's a TikTok code now for it where you can get it half off. Or you join a Hunters Club, which is where you're able to trade live with us. We have a live trading room that we do every day, and you can trade live with us with the Hunters Club, and that comes with a free trial, and it's 50% off for the first 3 months if you would like that. So that's 50 off 3. That 15-minute, yeah, I can do that. So 15-minute doji. It's not going to be a whole bunch of them, but let's see if we even have any. I don't see any. It doesn't really happen that often in the higher time frames. There's one right there, but it's so far back it didn't pick up on it. So here's a 15-minute doji right there. But it's the at the time I don't like the higher time frames because it's really just for scalps. But it does offer support right here. Let me turn off all these labels, man. I can't see what I'm doing here. So that's just for back testing the previous labels. But if you look, price breaks down, comes back up, and does find support on that doji. See that right there? And this, when it breaks out, it wicks the midline. And then if we were to use a bigger time frame, like maybe 2-hour zones, maybe even more with 15-minute candles. Let's go. There you go. So there's 4-hour candles combined with the 15-minute candles that you can use. Now here's an indecisive candle right here, but it's not a doji, so it's not going to detect it. But this right here could be considered an entry for me, like right, because we're wicking the zone. Our beacon line is red, like everything's red, and we've broken below the zone. See how this is come and closed underneath it like this, opened and closed underneath, and then this starts pushing down. I would, on a 15-minute candle, I would enter on the formation of this candle more than likely. That's how I would try to take that. How can you predict a liquidity grab? You can't. You can predict where liquidity is and then wait for a price to get there, but you can't predict the liquidity grab. Like you can't predict that this is going to happen right here. You know what I'm saying? Now here, if you want, you can go into a lower time frame and see it happening. So what I like to do is, let me put the zone back on. I like to trade these V bottoms, right? So let me go to 45. Let's see if that's going to give me some good. No. So we can switch it to like a 15-minute candle. That's a little better. So this V bottom comes into place, which is the wick, which is a grab, right? On the 15-minute. When market opens, will it sweep some of the lows out? No, I'm more of a momentum trader. So I find momentum and I go with the market. So this is this is what I tell a lot of people, all right? Is there's two types of traders. There's traders that want to be right and there's traders that make money. Okay? Now, you have to decide which one do you want to be. Do you want to come in here and analyze the chart and say price is going to go to here? Or do you want to come in and see that price is moving up and just buy, or price is moving down and just buy, right? Or sell. So that's I for a long time I was like, I need to find out where price is going and it matters, it's the whole world. And then I realized it really doesn't. I trade momentum now. And this helps me get into those trades and it helps me hold those trades. So what is momentum? Well, momentum flips right here. See, momentum down. So in a 15-minute candle, this is a wick coming right back up to where it started, right? Well, to me, this is momentum flipping, and I can do things like I can put an anchored VWAP on the bottom, and I can come down here, and I can wait for price to retest into it, and then come back up over this zone right here, green. So momentum is flipped to bullish at that point. I just buy. I don't care where price is going, or where I think it's going. I just see that it's going up, and I click buy. And I just use risk management and other tools to keep me in trades or to close trades, right? So our bread and butter trade every morning, what we try to achieve is this right here. We go 40 ticks, right? And we close half. And then we go 80 ticks and we close the other half, right? And then so this same trade, and we all automate this. The Ninja Trader automates it for us, which you can still trade through TradingView with those accounts. But if you actually execute with Ninja Trader, it will automate your break evens and your closes on your 50% and your 100% or whatever, however you're closing out your trades. It'll automate all that for you. So all you have to do is just click the buy button. I actually have a Stream Deck Elgato that I use. I click buy. And then Ninja Trader does the rest for me. And it also trade copies all the accounts, doing the same exact thing for me through all accounts. But this is what I do. I don't predict anything. I share my ATM for Ninja Trader? Yeah. It's really simple. Well, let me log into it. Oh my god, too off. Crap. Hold on. Gotta approve. I updated my bio, so everything seems to think that I'm on a new machine. Approve. There we go. All right, so where's my chart? So here is the ATM strategy for Ninja Trader right here. So basically 10. So if I'm doing micros and I'm reducing risk, I go 10. I target 5, stop loss at the 40, profit at 40. So it'll close this 5 immediately at 40 with no stop. When it hits that, I have a break even strategy on the second one. And here I'll put that up there too. Let me drag this away from charts so you can actually see it. There you go. So you have, this is the break even strategy. So profit trigger is 40. So it'll once it hits 40 ticks, it'll close 40 and break even the second position plus 5 to cover commissions, right? And then it will close that at 80 ticks automatically. And that's it. Simple. and then I use an Elgato to trigger the trades, and they show up on TradingView too because my lead account is is a TradeAvate account that I can log into on TradingView. So when I get into the trade, I can actually manage the trade from TradingView. I don't have to use NinjaTrader. I literally just use NinjaTrader just to execute. Yep, no problem. And then if I'm doing NQ and I go 2 contracts or whatever you're using, you just put that into quantity, right? Replicanto. Use Replicanto with NinjaTrader. Here, I'll give you a I'll give you a link for it, and I have a coupon for it. You get 20% off. They won't give it to you unless you have a coupon. So here is Replicanto. And then I gotta log in. I don't remember what it was. Oh, there we go. I think it's Breakout Hunter 20 is what they said it was. They have a closed affiliate thing, and it's the only way you can get a discount. So I was able to, when I was buying it, able to snag one. Oh, creatives. Here we go. Yeah, so it's Breakout 20 for 20% off. If you want it. But that's what I use. And there's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to set it up and use it. And it's actually a really good copier. I like it a lot. It's better than the all the other ones I was using. Especially when I was trading Forex. They were shit. This one is pretty decent. And they have a pretty good support team. But yeah, so but this is done. Yeah, the one from Apex, it's okay. But Replicano will allow you to trade copy through all of the prop firms, bro. So you can get your 20 accounts at Apex, you can get your accounts at Top Step, you can get your anywhere that has NinjaTrader as an option from the prop firm, you can put in there and trade copy. So you put them in there and then you just select your leader account and then you can go and then you can do crossing over just like the other Apex's things. So you can cross over from NQ to MNQ or gold to baby gold. You know what I mean? Um, so you can use it to trade in. But that's the I haven't used it, so I can't speak on it. I don't know. I used Replicanto because Replicanto is going to allow us to do remote trade copying. So we're getting set up to so that when one of us or one of the other signal providers enters a trade, people can automatically take it and not have to do anything. So we're getting ready to offer that. And Replicanto, their latency is the the lowest amount of latency that I've been able to find. Maybe I should look into affordable indicators as well. But it's pretty slick. And then the end user can control their own risk. So I like it. But yeah, but yeah, so you can use there's affordable indicators. Is that an add-on for NinjaTrader? Let me look it up. Done. Duplicate account actions. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's $300. You can you can take opposites from your master account. That's funny, right? I do like the tracking for prop firm accounts. I wonder how that works. Oh, that's $500 just for that. Shit, not bad. It's not too bad, but does it have the hide mode though, where you can, in case the firm doesn't allow it, where you can put it into like a secret thing? They probably do. Probably do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's how Replicano works. But so some firms don't allow trade copying, right? So to get past that, um, Replicano did built in this stealth version. You have to actually enable it, and it doesn't put in the order information in when it sends the signal to the other accounts to buy or close. Gotcha. Trade manager. Will it do percentage based entries? If it does that, I'm buying it because I've been looking for something like that for Ninja Trader for a minute. A percentage based entry. So like my stop loss gets hit, it's only 1%, 2%. Oh, okay, cool. Because that's what I used to do when I trade forex. Is I used a trade manager, and I would just wherever I put my stop loss, it would just 2%. That's what my position size was. It would adjust my position size to be 2% to my stop loss automatically. And I wish I could find that again. That would be pretty slick if I could. But I need to get off this thing. I've been streaming this for 3 hours now. You guys, if you go to the beginning of the stream and watch the replay, you'll see me getting into um, live back tests, basically using the signal, which is this right here, colors the background and gives you the buy signals and things. And I was basically just trading the New York Open range breaks, just trying to back test those and get into those trades. But yeah, and then you get your stop and go lights up here that's with the signal. Basically, if you get a buy signal, all of them are green. Right? There you go, see? And then most of the time, these things are no drawdown. Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. But yeah. Anyways, all right, I'm going to end it here. My guy named Joel runs it. Super cool guy. Price cross weekly zone. Wait, is it live right now? Market live? Oh, it is. It's got an alert that we just went into, but it's the beginning of the weekly zone, so it doesn't count. Well, would y'all look at that? Damn, look at that gap. There's a 112 tick gap right there. Oh, yeah. And then change this to Asia. And at 7 p.m., it'll form a new one. The default settings? No, 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 no. You don't want to just use default settings. You want to, it depends on how you want to use it. So, I really please go to in the Discord, the First Light Beacon, um, in the text channels where it has all the strategies, and click on the guide. click on the guide and click it and watch that video. It'll make or break you, man. So you fully understand how to use it and what's going on and the settings where you can set it to be based on how you want to trade, right? And watch that video, and then there's different strategies that you can use, and there's a bunch of videos on our YouTube channel. Just let's see here. Oh, right here. So this one right here, if you're looking for this video, why is it not giving me the thing to click? Well, anywhere. What's going on with my browser? Gotta do it again. So this one right here, I'll just link the guide. Here's the guide for it. That's the guide. And then this one right here will get you started into some trades there. But I'm gonna break. I'm gonna get off of here. It's time to eat, and we'll wait for 7, see if there's a trade or not. I will talk to you guys later.